I need to speak with the lady.
Not I, Popeye. Oh, working breakfast.
Yeah, with a lot of fucking foreigners, I suppose. I need to talk to her. There was a gathering last night at Tristan's. Mostly blue chips, but a lot of cabinet. She needs to know the mood.
I'll call you back later.
Peter, you will tell her I rang, won't you? This is crucial. Plots are afoot.
Yes, yes.
Because if you tell her, she'll call me. And if she doesn't call me, I'll know it's because you haven't told her.
I'll tell her.
No, you won't. Wanker.
Ken Baker, Tim Renton and Cranley are going to join you as soon as they can.
What about the nomination papers?
Douglas has agreed to propose you, and I'm sure John will follow suit again.
Is he still at home?
Apparently. Very painful business, wisdom teeth.
It would be helpful if he and Douglas were to put out a statement.
I'll see to it.
The idea that I would share a platform with Ted Heath on my last press conference.
I see it's difficult for you, Margaret, but we must act.
0.5%, Willie.
It's the first time we've been behind, and with a week left. I'd say this was serious.
It's just running scared. Scared rabbits. How dare you? Does nobody understand? I'm not just fighting everything the Labour Party stands for. I'm fighting everything Ted Heath stands for. Can nobody see that?
Sure, we can all understand your position, Margaret, but if it means the party coming through...
I beat Ted Heath. I beat him. You don't join with your enemy. You don't make deals with him. You destroy him. This election will be won or lost on my leadership and my leadership alone. I trust I have your full support.
And as the country wakes up to the news that Britain has elected its first ever woman Prime Minister, Mrs Thatcher herself is in Conservative Central Office waiting for the call from Buckingham Palace.
Now then, ask them when the car business happens. Do we swap at the palace? And what will you do, love? I hope they haven't forgotten you.
All taken care of, don't fret.
Mum, I've left my lipstick. Have you got any?
Don't be silly, dear. You can't possibly wear mine. Caroline. Mark, dear, your shoes. Filthy.
It's just a scuff, Mark.
Oh, thank you.
Sit down. A woman always looks at a man's shoes. Sure sign of character.
Hello? Oh, yes, of course. It's Ted Heath. He'd like to offer his congratulations.
There. That should do it. Just thank him for me, would you, Caroline?
The Prime Minister has asked me to say she's very grateful for your call.
Palace. Good. At last. Come along, everyone, don't dawdle. Now then, who's driving us?
Is what I would advise you, Prime Minister. Prime Minister?
Sorry, Charles.
I was thinking perhaps John Wakeham on the campaign?
Yes, we need some weight. And Tristan Garrell-Jones. Get hold of him. Richard Ryder. They've done it for us in the past. They know the score.
What's the SP, John?
Looks like she's going to stand.
Can't help herself, can she? I wish to God she'd just...
Yes, I know.
She wants me to run her campaign, Dennis, as soon as she gets back.
I see. Of course. Well, good luck.
No one wants her to be crushed.
No, thank you, John.
We'll look after her.
She doesn't need looking after.
No, of course not.
That the party would stand a better chance of victory in the next election.
Hello, Thatcher.
Hello, dear. It's a blue fog in here, honestly.
It's all right, love. I'll do it. You look bushed. Take your shoes off.
No, I mustn't. Mustn't stop. Just have a moment.
Don't go on, love. Stand down now. Don't let them break you.
I will decide when I stand down, not them. Who else could do the job? Just tell me that and I'll go. Who can I trust? I'll be right down.
So we think 25.
25. That would reduce my support to...
179. From 204. And the target for you to win on your second ballot would be...
It's 187. Yes, we know that. How accurate are your figures?
We think very.
I see.
I'm firmly convinced, Prime Minister, that with a more effective campaign over the next 5 days, there's a very good chance that you could still turn it around.
Hear, hear.
But it is a close call.
I've asked John to do a trawl of the cabinet, Prime Minister. John?
There's nothing concrete as yet, I'm afraid, Prime Minister.
For my part, I believe there's no disgrace to you in fighting on for what you believe in, even if you're defeated.
Which you will be, if we don't get through all this bloody waffle and start fighting.
Thank you, Norman.
I'm with Norman. What we should be doing is getting the campaign moving. Getting you out there, Margaret. Back into the tea rooms.
Yeah, find these bastards who are drifting away and set you on them.
Have you contacted Tristan and Richard Ryder?
Not got back to us yet.
Prime Minister, you're due in the House in half an hour.
Thank you, Peter. I should prepare my statement about the summit.
Couldn't you leave that? Perhaps include it in the no-confidence debate?
No. I refuse to be sidetracked by this. I have an important statement to make to the House, and I shall make it.
I fight on. I fight to win. How are you feeling? Any more coming? Couple more, Maggie. What's your question?
The cabinet of what? 12 to 7 against so far. And 15% of junior ministers have swung.
Why the hell didn't you tell her?
I didn't feel it was proper. Oh, I was given this in confidence. Not everyone here is cabinet.
What have you got? Yes, I've spoken to some of these. And you've not heard from Triss or Richard?
They're not on. both think she's finished.
Fuck 'em. She's got to stand. She's got to keep Heseltine out. Christ, if she doesn't, I will.
Backbenchers?
Michael's definitely gaining. What's the matter with everyone? It's falling apart.
They don't think she's electable any longer. I suppose you can see the logic. If 45% of the parliamentary party won't vote for her, why should the country? She's going to have to face the cabinet, isn't she?
Tea rooms.
Very good.
Right, you lot moaning you haven't seen enough of the Prime Minister?
Excellent speech, Prime Minister. First class, really.
Very robust statement. Thank you, Prime
Yeah,
Minister.
please.
Please, sit down.
Now,
The Prime Minister would like to know if there's anything she can do to reassure you.
Well, it's more one's constituents, Prime Minister. Issues like the poll tax,
I can't start pulling rabbits out of hats now. The community charge will work. Trust me.
Absolutely, Prime Minister. Thank you.
I think we'd all like to say how nice it is to see you, Prime Minister, in person. Michael's people have been round 3 or 4 times over the last couple of days.
Fear not. All is in hand.
So, the Prime Minister can count on your support, then?
Oh, absolutely, Prime Minister, of course.
Of course.
Get me out of here. I can't do it, Norman. I will not put myself through that. Why should I?
Because you have to. You don't have a choice anymore.
I must have the choice. Don't you think I've earned that, Norman? Don't you think I've at least earned that?
3 hours later, as the fires continued, nearly 200 people were reported injured.
These are criminals. These people are common criminals. This has nothing to do with our social policy. Think of those poor shopkeepers. They're the victims, not these people.
I think the concern is simply that the economic measures the government are taking may be a little harsh in the present climate, Prime
It's the old story, isn't it? 2 years in, things get a bit bumpy and everyone loses their nerve. Well, I am not going to lose my nerve.
But we're in danger here of pulling the entire country apart for the sake of a theory.
I'm sure it should be possible to establish an area of common ground. Perhaps if alternatives to our course of action...
They haven't got alternatives. There is no alternative.
There are people in some of these deprived areas who are living in appalling squalor.
Whose fault's that? Not the government's. I visited some of those areas. Litter everywhere. You're not going to tell me people are so deprived they can't pick up a bit of litter.
Well, no, but litter is hardly the
point. And when did you become such an expert on deprived areas? A couple of away days to Liverpool and suddenly you're wringing your hands like William Wilberforce. This all seems quite straightforward to me. Those who disagree with the path we're on have one very simple alternative.
Well, I think we're all in broad agreement on that, so I propose we wish Geoffrey good luck with this afternoon.